You're with us to get those sharp, essential insights pulled right from the latest reports you've shared.
Hey there.
And today, we're diving straight into, well, all the recent buzz around Billie Eilish and Nat Wolff.
That's right. We've got these reports talking about their public appearances, and our job really is to unpack what these sources are telling us.
Specifically, why all that speculation about them seems to be, well, confirmed now, according to these reports.
And maybe what key moments are pointing to that confirmation.
Exactly. Think of this as, cutting through the noise to get the core story from the sources. We'll hit the key details, maybe some context you missed. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so the big headline, the thing everyone's picking up from these recent reports, is the confirmation. Billie Eilish, who's 23, and Nat Wolff, 30, their romance is apparently official.
And this wasn't totally out of nowhere, right? The reports mentioned there's been speculation for months.
Yeah, quiet speculation mostly. But according to these sources, the moment that really cemented it publicly just happened. Very recently.
Okay, where? What was the setting?
So the reports are pointing to a getaway they took. Venice, Italy. That seems to be the scene where it shifted from just rumors to, well, confirmed.
And how? What were they seen doing?
They were spotted sharing some pretty affectionate moments, kissing, enjoying the sun together, things like that.
Kissing publicly, that's usually a pretty clear sign.
But that's the key detail, yeah. It's cited across the reports. Kissing, and just generally looking like a couple enjoying the summer weather.
And do we know where these images or descriptions came from? Was there a specific source mentioned?
The reports often credit Deuxmoi for capturing snaps of this. There seem to be the visuals backing up this whole Italian escape story.
Right, Deuxmoi. Okay, so they got the photos.
Yeah.
Do the reports give any more, flavor to the scene beyond the kiss?
They do, yeah. They add a bit more detail. Eilish was apparently in a green-striped polo, dark hair down, looked happy, even snapping selfies with Wolff. In Wolff, just casual, white t-shirt. They were also seen toasting with champagne, just kind of soaking up the European weather.
Sounds pretty idyllic.
Yeah.
Was there one particular moment that the reports or Deuxmoi really zeroed in on?
Definitely. They emphasize this moment on a balcony.
A balcony kiss.
Yeah. And Deuxmoi is quoted directly in some reports, describing it as them being locked in a passionate kiss on a balcony, a scene straight out of a romance novel.
Wow. Straight out of a romance novel. That's quite a description. Hard to misinterpret that.
Pretty clear, right. And the reports add a bit more context around that specific kiss, too.
Like what?
Just reinforcing the mood. Saying they were also sipping champagne and soaking up the Italian sun and clearly enjoying a romantic European getaway. So the setting, the actions, it all paints a very coupled up picture.
Okay, so Venice is the big confirmation scene, but what's really interesting digging into these sources is how this connects back, way back, almost a year.
Right. This is where the reports draw that line from, like art to real life. They note that this public confirmation comes nearly a year after Billie Eilish released her music video for Chihiro.
Ah, yes, the Chihiro video. I remember that. And Nat Wolff was in it, wasn't he?
He was. He played her love interest on screen. That's what the sources highlight.
Her on-screen love interest.
Okay.
And didn't Billie also direct that video?
She did. That's another layer the reports mentioned. She was behind the camera for Chihiro.
So, let me get this straight. She directed him playing her love interest almost a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're confirming a real romance in Venice. Do the reports mention how she described the video back then?
They do. It's noted that Eilish had described the storyline, the character's connection, as inescapable.
An inescapable connection.
Yeah. And the sources are bringing that description up now, obviously, because of how things seem to have played out in real life. It adds a certain resonance.
That's quite a thread they're pulling from her, directing this inescapable connection on screen to this very public, real-life confirmation. And this visibility in Italy, it also suggests maybe a change in how they're handling things.
It really seems like it, based on the reports. The suggestion is that after keeping things more private for a while, they're now maybe more comfortable being open about it, embracing it more publicly.
And the evidence for that shift is just how open they were in Venice.
Pretty much. The sources point to the smiles and relaxed energy on full display. That public affection, the kissing on the balcony, it wasn't hidden. It suggests, a deliberate step into the spotlight together.
Okay, so let's just quickly pull the main threads together from what these sources are telling us.
Right. So first point. Recent sightings, especially those affectionate moments in Venice caught by sources like Deuxmoi, are being reported as the clear confirmation. Billie Eilish and Nat Wolff, officially a couple.
Got it. And second, the reports are linking this current, very public phase back to their collaboration on the Chihiro video.
Yeah, nearly a year ago, where he played her love interest she directed, and the theme was this inescapable connection.
So essentially, this deep dive shows the reports framing the Venice PDA as the proof, building on that artistic connection from last year, and signaling they're moving from private to public.
That's the synthesis, yeah. The kiss in Venice is the punctuation mark, apparently, on a story that maybe started creatively a while back.
Okay, so here's something to think about, based only on what these sources outline. You have this journey, portraying an inescapable connection in art, directed by one of them, but then a quieter period. And now, this very public confirmation stepping into the spotlight. What does that kind of transition from a private artistic connection to a public real-life romance really tell us about navigating relationships when you're in the public eye, just based on the path described in these reports?